Hey everybody, you are watching the GotTech Edtech Throwdown Universal Design for Learning in Education edition. My name is Nick Johnson and my partner in crime is Eric Guise. We're going to get straight into it. First and foremost, you can see at the top of the video screen is a bit.ly link in yellow. If you type that into any address bar right now, you are going to get your own copy of these slides. Which is important because they are not only our guide for this presentation, but also they're meant to be used by you. A lot of the things in the slide deck itself are clickable and contain guides that we have created to help you out as you're learning about these EdTech tools. First of all, who are we? We are both teachers and tech coaches. We also have a podcast called GotTech the Podcast, which you can check out if podcasts are something you like, or maybe if you've never listened to one. Ours might be the first one, where you can get more of essentially what you're watching today, just in audio form. You can find us online on Twitter at GuiseGotTech and at NickGotTech. If you're looking at or have your own copy of the slide deck, this page is extra helpful because these are direct links. Each of these circles are direct links to our stuff. So gottech.com is our website where you can find pretty much everything we do, whether it's videos, podcasts, blogs, free resources, it's all there. This one takes you to our YouTube channel. We're making new video content all the time. And these bottom two are links to our Spotify and Apple podcast. We also like to start off this presentation by letting everybody know that even though EdTech is our passion, we know that it's not a silver bullet. We know that there is no replacement for just good old-fashioned teaching and building relationships with your students. You know, on top of that, all of that good stuff that makes a great teacher, that's where we think the EdTech fits in, because it's got the power to allow you to teach diverse learners and save you a ton of time in ways that just would not be possible otherwise. So that's sort of the theme with which we choose our selections for today. And with that, I'll stop introducing all this and kick it over to my buddy Guise. He's going to tell you exactly what the EdTech Throwdown is and start by introducing you to his selections for this presentation.
Hey Nick, you did a great job with the intro, buddy, and I'm going to get going and kind of explain what this EdTech Throwdown is. We're going to battle 3 EdTech tools apiece in the field of UDL, Universal Design for Learning. We'll each do 3 of those EdTech tools. We'll present them, and then they'll vote at the end. I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to go with my first pick, which is InSpod. InSpod is a tool that's going to help you take notes on YouTube videos and also podcasts. Me, I'm a big listener to podcasts, and oftentimes I'm driving, and I don't have the time to stop a podcast and then take notes on it, even though I'm hearing a lot of quality things. So if you download the InSpod app, it's going to allow you to go in, listen to podcasts, and then anytime you want to put like a marker within that podcast, you can do that just by hitting a button. And then when you get home and you have some time, you can go back to that marker and you can type in or pick and select what parts of that podcast that you want to keep, transcribe it, and then send it to a Google Doc or whatever you want to do. I will show you a quick version of YouTube, how it's used with the YouTube video. So when you have InSpod, what you will do is you'll search YouTube within InSpod, and you can select the video. So here's a video, Improve Your Critical Thinking. Here's a little title that I gave it. This tool will help improve your critical thinking. And then inside of that video, you can do little timestamps. So at 30 seconds, Socrates on trail, and then there's some notes underneath it. Socratic method is at a minute, and so on and so forth. So the way I use this as a tech coach, I get asked by teachers how to do something, and I don't really need to create the video because I know it's already out there. So I'll just mark on the video where it is they could find their answer, and I will send it to them so they can play it from that point. And that's all through InSpod. So this very powerful tool, I could also see teachers maybe making Google Forms quizzes, and if a student gets it wrong, they can put feedback in there that's going to send them to the portion of the video that will help them answer that question and try to get the right answer. There's many different other usage cases, but that's the one that I can see myself using as a teacher. All right, so let's head into my second one, which is ScreenPal, which is the EdTech tool that I'm using right now to make this video. I know Nick uses this as well. It used to be called Screencast-O-Matic. It got rebranded into ScreenPal, and we wanted to highlight this one because it just keeps making quality usage or functionality of this tool. So if I go into the dashboard here, you can see ScreenPal here. I'm going to go into my content real quick. All right, this is the true dashboard right here. Over here you can see the videos. These are the only ones that I've created since Screencast-O-Matic became ScreenPal, but I have over 1,000 videos that I made between the two tools, and a lot of times I use the app that comes on my computer, but they have an amazing phone app that you should check out as well. Up here you could do screen shots, and then it's going to allow you to annotate those screenshots and put them right into your videos. That is huge. Launch the recorder, open the video editor. They have an amazing set of editing tools. This is second to none. This is what puts them above Screencastify and Loom, in my opinion, is the ability to do green screening or color keying. You could do pretty much anything that you could think of in there. You could have transitions and screens and just pretty much anything that you want in there. But the one thing I want to point out right now is that they also have the quiz function. And the quiz function, what that does is it allows you to kind of do what Edpuzzle does. Edpuzzle takes a YouTube video and allows you to embed questions in there. Well, now you could do these quiz questions in ScreenPal to your own videos. And I think that's next level right there, especially if you're into personalizing your videos for your classroom. So this is a nice, function that they've just put in for that. Just like WeVideo and all the other apps and EdTech tools that are starting to give you sounds and pictures and things like that, stock media resources, ScreenPal also has that as well. All right, so that is ScreenPal. That was my second one. And then my last one is called Unroll Me. Unroll Me is awesome for me, who is not a Netbox Zero or Inbox Zero type of guy. Nick, he never has more than 5 emails in his Gmail account. Me, if I go there right now, I could probably show you that I have over 10,000. And that's down a lot from what it used to be, but I took care of it. And I'm really starting to get on board with this Netbox Zero or Inbox Zero type of thing. Unenroll Me is going to allow you to organize your inbox. And what I mean by that is you're going to be able to unsubscribe from subscriptions that you don't want anymore, those newsletters that you signed up to get a certain resource, but you really have no use for it after that. It's going to also allow you to bunch emails into groups and only get sent 1 email a day with all those types of emails in it. It's going to allow you to keep anything that's important. So if I go over to Unroll Me and I scroll down, what it's going to do when you attach your inbox, your Gmail, to that, or whatever your message and email service is, what it's going to do is it's going to show all the subscriptions that you have signed up with that email. All right, so if you want to keep your Facebook but you don't want it to be in your inbox, you can choose something called roll-up, which is anything that you put in the roll-up, it will send it to you one time a day, and it will be all the emails that you want to be rolled up into one, and then you can click on them and view them anytime that you want. If you want to unsubscribe to certain ones, you could hit that, and it's going to take care of it for you. And then the last one is keep. If you keep it, it's going to keep, as soon as someone emails you from that email address or that subscription, it's going to throw it in your inbox. So this is another awesome one to have. All right, so those are my 3 EdTech tools in UDL that's going to help all learners, whether it's teachers, whether it's students, whatever it may be. Uh, Organization is a big deal to a lot of students, helping them find strategies. That's why I selected this one. ScreenPad is another type of learning, another way of showing knowledge. And InSpot is an organizational piece. It's also a curation piece, or a way to get like additional help to students who need it. So those are my three. I'm going to kick it over to Nick. He's going to try to take me down with his three EdTech tools that he selected. And then I'll see you all in a little bit.
Guys, you did great. You know, all three of those are tools that I use almost every day when I'm teaching, and I'm really happy you got to share those with people. Now, I don't want to give you too much credit, so I'm going to quickly move past that and start with my first tool, which is called allsides.com. I don't know if you would actually even call this an EdTech tool. This is a bit of a deviation for us because allsides.com, as the name suggests, is just a website. It doesn't do anything. It is just a website, although I don't want to use the word just because I think this is an extra powerful website, and it's why I'm bringing it to one of my picks for this presentation. So, you know, we all know that news these days and people in general are very divided. It's harder than ever to tell if you're looking at online media, which is most of the media that we all take in, you know, which side it's coming from, or if it's, you know, even true, depending on the quality of the sources you're using. Allsides.com helps to, one, point that out to your students, because students need to learn that. That's sort of the way it is today when you're looking at information online. It also help them break down those media biases. So here I am on allsides.com. If you just type in or Google allsides.com, you'll head there. And I'll scroll down to sort of choose a good example of exactly what it does. So here we go. Let's take this story. So this is from like the news today, right? They call this the headline roundup. This is about President Biden saying that Ukraine joining NATO amid the war would be premature, right? That is a news topic that is happening right now. What it does is beneath that, it actually features 3 different articles from 3 different websites. So Town Hall, New York Times, and Newsweek. And it ranks them, even though they're talking about the same story, reporting on the exact same piece of news. This is a website that reports on it from a conservative standpoint, a liberal standpoint, and then a more centrist viewpoint. It also ranks them on a 5-point scale as being far right, you know, on the far left or left but closer to the center, and then exactly from the center. And that's my favorite thing about it, is it really points out to people that, you know, news you are looking at, while it might not feel like it, if that's the only type of news you're viewing, there may be a spin on that you're not even aware of. And I think that this can be very useful to teach students about those biases present in news media today. So that is allsides.com. Next up, I have an extension that is called Gifit. And this one is really easy to explain because it does only one thing. But it's probably my favorite version of this, and there's a couple tools that'll do this thing. It makes GIFs from YouTube videos. If you haven't explored making GIFs out of YouTube videos, you may find that there's a pretty good reason to do so. Let me take you to YouTube and show you how it works. So here's a video. I don't know if I mentioned, by the way, I'm a chemistry teacher, but here is a video on the dissociation of salt, okay? This is something that I would teach in a chemistry class, and there's a lot of YouTube videos that show what the particles are doing during this process. You know, this is one where I really like the visual of the video, but I do not like the presenter. I think I could do a better job myself. That's the kind of reason you may want to consider turning a YouTube video into a GIF. So if you would like the animation of this, but just not with this person narrating it, you're going to grab the Gifit extension off of the Chrome store. You can do that by just Googling Gifit. It's going to allow you to choose a start and end time for the GIF. I don't want to use this entire video. There's actually just a small, maybe a 15-second chunk of it that I would like to turn into a GIF. You can set the width and height of the eventual GIF that you create. You can make it essentially a bigger picture or a smaller picture. You can also adjust the frame rate and the quality. Ideally, you want the quality as high as possible, although I'll say If the quality is really high and if your width and height are bigger as well, you're going to have a really gigantic GIF file. So you're going to want to play around with those so you don't have a super huge file, and then simply click the red button, GIF it. It's going to take a few seconds and just download it straight away for you to then use. And typically what I would do with these is insert it into one of my presentations. Now my students are watching that GIF play on loop over and over again, so that's another benefit over the original YouTube video, that it's not a one and done, right? With a YouTube video, I play it once, they watch, and that's it. If it's a GIF, that animation plays over and over and over again and really lets the students absorb it. And now, me, the teacher, I know that I am narrating over top of that live in a way that I think is best for my students. Like I said, there's a couple different tools that can turn YouTube videos into GIFs, and the GIFit extension is my favorite. And for my final tool, I'm going to talk about the great and powerful Canva. Probably a lot of you have heard of Canva. If you haven't, then this is likely the most important thing you're going to hear about in this particular presentation. What a lot of people don't know is that Canva has a Pro, which you typically have to pay for. But if you're an educator, that means you can get Canva for Education totally free, and this essentially unlocks almost all of the Pro features that regular people have to pay for. If you've never heard of Canva, the quickest way to describe it and how it started is essentially a graphic design tool. So if you needed, say, family Christmas cards printed up, you can go to Canva, and they've got a bunch of really awesome designs pre-made. You just pop in your family's photos and you're ready to roll. But since educators have started using and embracing Canva, it has really embraced the education world, and that's why I'm featuring it today, to make sure that everybody knows about all of the amazing ways that teachers can use Canva for education totally for free. So here I am at canva.com. I've already signed in to my free Canva for Education account. If you haven't made one yet, you can go ahead and do that. Right across the top is a good summary of all the stuff they do. They have a Docs, just like Google Docs, where multiple people can edit it simultaneously. Canva has that as well. A whiteboard space where multiple students can go in and brainstorm or can share ideas that the teacher then projects, your classic multi-user whiteboard space. Presentation templates. If you're doing a PD and you want to have a really professional looking presentation, you're going to want to start with Canva and just use their templates ready to go. It also has a video editor that you can use now on top of all their original print products, social media posts. They also have Canva websites that are so awesome looking and so easy to publish. It's going to want to make you ditch your Google sites right off the top. If I just scroll down, you can see some of the things that I've done. Like here's a poster that we printed for our school's multilingual night. Here's an awards ceremony program. All sorts of really helpful stuff. Graph paper, you name it, Canva's got it. The best way to start is to come here and just start searching through Canva's templates. If you need to print up some certificates, search certificate templates and take a quick look at the really awesome things that Canva's graphic designers have done for you so that you don't have to. They've also got tons of really amazing AI integrations now that I don't have time to go through, but if you do some YouTubing yourself, you'll see some really awesome stuff like magic design, or they have a presentation builder where you can open up a Canva presentation, type in a topic like photosynthesis, and it automatically populates those slides with real information about photosynthesis, and it looks as good as a regular Canva presentation template, all done in seconds without any effort on your part. So the last part of this, everyone, is to vote. Here are my 3 selections for today: All Sides, GIFit, and Canva. Here are Guise's 3 selections: Inspod, ScreenPal, and Unroll Me. To officially cast your vote on who you think has the better set of tools, use the bit.ly link shown here and tell us who's got the better selections. I'm going to kick it back over to my pal Guise to wrap it up and also talk about some exciting freebies and takeaways that you get just for watching today.
All right, so Nick and I presented 6 EdTech tools within the realm of UDL for you today. Thank you for taking the time to vote. As always, we love doing this presentation. So if you have an event going on that you need this presentation or this presentation will fit in, please feel free to reach out to us. We always like to end our presentations giving away some resources. So if you like what you heard today or you like this type of content, please go over to our YouTube channel where we post videos pretty regularly on tools, strategies, edtech tips, anything that falls in the realm of teaching and edtech. You'll find there we're starting to publish a lot more on AI as well. Here's also a guide, the 2023 Teacher's Guide to Student Podcasting. This is version 3.0. Every year we update it to include all of our best practices because we do have a podcasting course that we run with students and they have their own podcasts. And the last one is our content creation choice board. So this is our way of getting students to publish their own content. It walks them through it level by level. It provides rubrics and templates along the way. They do research. They make a type of product that they want to make. They have some type of reflection or an interview with the teacher. And then finally, when everything's all good to go, they will publish their content, which is huge. Thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Twitter is probably the best way of doing that. Or you could just go over to GotTech.com. If you need another copy of these slides, here's the bit.ly link again. Reach out with any questions. Have an amazing rest of your summer and good luck in the 2023-2024 school year.